Okay, so I'm going to attempt a fermentation experiment to prove that in the carbohydrates from milk there is no glucose and they won't be broken down by yeast. And so this experiment will have 5 bottles. One of them will be a negative control. It will contain only yeast and water. One of them will be the positive control, which is going to be the full amount of sugar that my serving size, which is 1 cup of milk, contains. And that is, for this type of milk I've used, 6 grams of sugar. The third cup will contain half of the amount of sugar, which is 3 grams. Then I've extracted in lab 10 the lactose from milk, and then I redid that yesterday. So this one is the lactose from milk with no sugar added. This bottle will contain one of these liquids containing lactose and yeast, and this bottle will contain the spiked milk, to which I've added 6 grams of sugar, and the lactose contained in 1 cup of milk. Okay, I will mix in sugar. So for this sugar, 1 tablespoon is 4 grams. Okay, so it follows that a quarter teaspoon, 1 teaspoon is 4 grams, so a quarter teaspoon is 1 gram. So I will prepare, this is a quarter teaspoon. I will leave it here next to the sugar. Then I'll prepare first my negative control, and I have to first also pour the yeast. I'm using instant yeast. Okay, and I need a teaspoon. So I have a teaspoon measure. The bottles will contain 1 tablespoon of warm water, which is about 100 degrees Fahrenheit, so a bit too hot for my fingers. Okay. Then I need 1 teaspoon of yeast. I didn't need a funnel for that. Okay, I need a cap, and I need to give it a twirl. Okay, I take the cap off, and I will just carefully place my balloon over the lip. That's my negative control now. Okay. My next bottle will have half the amount of sugar, so 3 grams. Okay. I have the quarter teaspoon, which is 1 gram of sugar. Okay. 1, 2, 3 grams. Okay. 1 tablespoon of warm water and 1 teaspoon of yeast. Okay. Okay. Right. Now all of my liquids, the rest of my liquids are at room temperature. I will carefully roll my balloon to get rid of all the air inside. And now very carefully I didn't knock it over, but I need to place it over the lip so I don't miss any of that gas. Okay, so that's my second bottle. My third bottle will contain the full amount of sugar and yeast. So I need 6 grams of sugar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 grams of sugar, my warm water, and my yeast. Okay. Give it a twirl. I have to do this quickly because I would like to have the reactions more or less at the same time. So I will try to not knock my bottle over. Okay, and that's my full amount of sugar. Then I have the milk, the no sugar added, which is at room temperature. Okay, milk and yeast. Okay, so I need my yeast, right? And my water. And my okay, so I will place the balloon over. All right, and then now these balloons were also stretched overnight. I blew them up and I left them overnight blown up, so they are elastic and stretchy right now. So the last one, I'll have my spiked milk and yeast. So I need the yeast. Okay, 1 teaspoon. Water. And the sugar added. Lactose. place my balloon over. Now, my prediction is that since the yeast cannot break down lactose because it doesn't have the enzyme lactase, it only breaks down sucrose through its enzyme invertase, and then it can digest the glucose present in sucrose. So let me just okay, I'll set 1 hour on the kitchen timer. Okay, I will take another picture in 1 hour. My prediction is that my spiked milk balloon will inflate as much as my full sugar added, because they contain the same amount of sucrose. Sucrose is a disaccharide composed of 2 monosaccharides, glucose and fructose. So yeast has this enzyme invertase that breaks down outside of the cell wall sucrose into glucose and fructose, and then it can digest it within the cell. It can digest glucose within the cell. Now, humans have an enzyme called lactase in the GI tract that can break down lactose from milk, so we can digest those sugars. Lactose is composed of glucose and galactose. If yeast would have the capability of digesting, oh, okay, so my half sugar is already digesting. I guess my full sugar will start soon. So if yeast would have the enzyme lactase, if it could get to eat the glucose within the lactose, then I would see a reaction in my milk and yeast. Okay. So I've just started my experiment a few minutes ago. Again, my prediction is that in my negative control, only yeast, I won't have a reaction. In my half yeast, I will have half of the gas generated by my full sugar, although that's not very apparent right now. Okay. My milk and yeast should not have any gas, but I see some gas here, and I can't explain that, because I believe that lactose should not be digested by yeast, so there should be no CO2 generated. And in my fully spiked milk with 6 grams of sugar, I'll have the same amount of gas generated in my positive control.